corner for the freshman Jeremy Roach. Louisville in transition, and a block for Matthew Hurt.
Boy, the last possession, Louisville did a really nice job of helping and recovering.
How well
these two teams played. He described him as a self-made player. And step back move, just couldn't get it to go. But he wasn't heavily recruited out of Cincinnati. In fact, Chris Mack didn't recruit him for Xavier.
Lose so many close games. Roach has it altered. Steward follows up. Mark Williams really wanting that basketball and that 20th rebound. It'll be Steward on the breakaway.
To him opening up opportunities for his teammates.
James Carnick going in strong. He's 6'9", the senior. Lehigh transfer and very capable of having a pretty good game. He had 20 against Syracuse.
Yeah, 28 against Florida State, and he's going to be the guy. If Boston College is going to have an opportunity to knock off the Blue Devils here in Greensboro, Jay Heath is going to have a big performance. But DJ Steward
and this job and the opportunity to cover these players, it was so nice just to connect with these guys again throughout the past week over Zoom, over the phone calls. It just made me realize how much I missed being a part of this league.
Well, it's wonderful having you back. It really is. And Coach K talked about this too. And
as well.
You put on all that size, and you got to eat a lot of calories to do that. And you're packing it on for a reason. Adding to the frame and the long ACC schedule. 1,000 shots a day, Corey. Isn't that going to start taking that off too?
Well, it will definitely take it off. But when you're building muscle, you need the cardio as well. But here's my problem. If I'm Matthew Hurt's father, and again, of course, you want to help your son in any way you possibly can. I'm not chasing rebounds. But with the way Duke can shoot the basketball, especially that guy, you've got to identify. Playing with tremendous energy to start the half. And we've talked about the Blue Devils, but you can tell Boston College, they don't want their season to end either. You've got a number of guys here playing with tremendous energy, tremendous effort. And you can see it's becoming contagious along their bench as well.
Tomorrow at 2:30. The drive and kick to Stewart, and the lane opens up a bit. What a smart play that was.
All to have to do that, you're going to give up that dunk.
I got a stat for you, Jake. Carolina's got 9 assists on 11 field goals, and 8 different Tar Heels already have an assist in this.
Let's talking about moving the ball and being unselfish. What a great shot by Stewart from beyond the arc. Good box out by Brakefield. He's boxing out Armando Bacot, who had an opportunity to go after that rebound, but Brakefield just took his legs out from under.
Wow, Stewart with some deterrent, and Williams have returned for Duke.
The key for Duke is going to be to get this 14-point lead. If by halftime you could get it down under 10, then you can have a ball game in the second half.
Now Stewart's trying to do it.
I'd like fewer offensive rebounds because I'd like fewer missed shots.
Yep.
Because this is not a good shooting team. Little horn set with Brakefield and Hurt up top. Two players in the corners, shooters to spread the floor. In the trap.
Goldwire finds Hurt. Hurt finds Stewart. And Stewart finds the bottom of the net. But again, they appear to have a really good case at the moment of being on the right side of the bubble. Joey Brackets has them as a 10 seed. And a win here today would make it an even stronger case heading into Greensboro.
Yeah, I think North Carolina is firmly in the field. That doesn't mean you lose your next couple of games. Garrison Brooks, when he arrived at North Carolina as a freshman from Alabama, he was prepared to play right away. And really nice backdoor play.
I forget who that was, but it was a good move. Kate Beckinsale, come on.
That's hilarious. I'd never heard of that move. Not gaining advantage. We did have a little issue with Matthew Hurt-Smith. What in the world? That was ungood, to put the technical term on it. The 3 ball from the corner.
For the big rookie. And taken away as Duke will force the turnover. Stewart pretty quiet first half. In the paint for 2.
And it's sad to see. I mean, obviously he hadn't played in a year. He's dying to get back. You feel bad for the kid.
Saw the ice on that foot. Broken bone in that right foot. He had hoped it healed. So Duke down 42-35. Looking for the guards to really get active here. Shot clock down to 6. Here's Steward. And yes.
Guerrier not only part of that three-way tie for the team lead in scoring, but at 9.4 rebounds per game. He's second in the Big East behind Justin Champagnie of Pitt. DJ Steward wide
Open off that relocation pass. And Mark Williams is open inside. Steward with the jumper.
Guerrier, the little floater over Williams, might have altered that shot.
Certainly made him think about it. And this is a difficult defense to go up against with just 1 day prep after Duke's Saturday night game against Virginia, especially with a young group of guards. Richmond is such a good defender, Sean. He leads the nation in steals rate, which is the amount of steals he gets per minute played. Leads this Syracuse team in steals. He's long-armed, and he's got a great anticipation for where the ball's going.
DJ Steward, 74% for the year. We're down to 2 minutes to go in the first half. Duke impressive of late and impressive again tonight. That's a 2. Working hard to get better at getting his own shot. Alan Griffin hoisted one. Williams knocked it away from Guerrier. Now Steward in transition, fouled, and a chance for a guy in the right place off a ricochet from Guerrier.
Guerrier able to keep it alive, hurt at inside position, but still he was able to knock it away. Kirk was limping a little bit. I don't know, twisted an ankle or something.
Boeheim, we mentioned at the top of the telecast, 101 taken away. He'd be well over 1,000. Get 1,078 as a matter of fact.
Get to a Final Four with this team. He was outstanding.
Shot clock running down. Hauser turns it over. Here comes Goldwire. Duke's got numbers. Steward for 3. Count it.
Jay Huff, Sam Hauser. Those guys drill it from 2, 3, and from the line.
Yeah, Virginia is a team shooting almost 79% from the free throw line. Huff doing a good job staying in front of Brakefield.
Now, you don't want a foul, but I would not give Huff a 3. Or Hurt, excuse me. Got a lot of H's.
Yeah.
Really has benefited Duke.
Busey has lost the handle, stripped away by Matthew Hurt. That Duke defense has come to play again. And Coach K says that's the recipe to get some wins down the stretch. Extra pass pays. Steward decides to take coach on the Demon Deacon sideline. Williamson lost the handle. Here's DJ Steward. Makes it himself. Count it. Ahead of North Carolina. And obviously, particularly for the players who stayed over the weekend, that's his first of tonight.
I love the nickname. That's all nickname team right there. And I expect this Wake Forest team to continue to battle. That has been the theme, all season long with this Steve Forbes team. These guys have played hard
against Wake Forest, and I wouldn't want to play this Blue Devils team right now.
And remember, this is a Wake Forest team that took Florida State.
Wake Forest continues to battle without their head coach Steve Forbes on the sideline.
Picking up full court, and Funderburg capable of doing so, really playing more as a power forward in this scenario where he spent the majority of his season at the 5 spot. But I love the adjustment from Kevin Keats, having both those bigs in the game. We need to call multiple games at North Carolina Central University now, which, the North Carolina College for Negroes became. And we've talked about this game a lot, but we talked with Coach K about it yesterday, and he kind of gave me a history lesson on Coach McClendon. And I wasn't aware of Coach McClendon's, not
so much better up and denying passing lanes, doing a better job of containing dribble penetration, forcing 10 turnovers in the first half so far.
If Duke's going to turn the season around, it's all about putting good days on top of each other. This is a first good day, at least half, on the defensive end.
No doubt about that, guys. NC State with just the 7th.
With Manny not in the area and no one rotating defensively to challenge Mark, who gets the easy finish.
DJ Steward off the turnover. Yeah, that's one of the great tidbits that we see in his bio. Jericho is the 3rd leading scorer in Chaminade's high school basketball program history, and the 2 guys ahead of him are
Brad Bill, Jason Tatum, who was in the class when a Duke freshman did not lead the ACC in scoring. That's a hit, Dougie Fresh.
He has that ability. He understands how to play the game, and how to play the game is how to use your body. Use your body against the defense that is falling backwards. Get your body into the defender, create space, and get a good look.
On the other end is a 3.
Got it rolling, and makes it more fun for us.
It's sort of like, you know, it's 5 o'clock in the East. It's happy hour. You might as well get some feel good going with some scoring. And there's a shot.
Somebody who's producing for some of these young guys to say, okay, how he's doing it does work.
Steal by Steward on the air and pass. ESPN. Shot fake, Steward can't get it to go, and he'll get another chance. This time inside the arc, and DJ puts it back there.
DJ Steward got half a step on Walton, can't get it to go. Tipped back out by Williams. Wide open Steward for 3, and Duke is on the board. 11-265 from Greenville, North Carolina. One of the few Tar Heels coming off a good game in their loss to Clemson on Tuesday. Nice drive by Steward to lay it in.
I'd say, no, we got plenty of shooters. We don't have any makers. We need more makers.
Dan Schulman, Jay Billis, Cameron Indoor Stadium, Durham, North Carolina. The visiting Tar Heels leading by 4.
Matthew Hurt has not been touching the ball at all. He's got Armando Bacot on him. Good fake.
Steward will step in and bury it to make it a 2-point game.
Are leaving the floor.
Off balance, Jalen Johnson. Rebound Sharp. Whoa.
Not the shot, but a good steal and bailed out.
Programs have had this year. Lob into Brooks. Brooks had it knocked away by Johnson.
Boy, great block by Jalen Johnson.
And Steward ahead of the pack to make it a 1-point game.
DJ Steward, the freshman, nice drive. Then he missed a short. He got his own rebound and has the first
himself. He doesn't have to outlet it.
Marlon Beverly, the bucket for the Canes to put Miami back up by 1. You can see there's plenty of talent on this Miami team. Unfortunately, just not a lot of depth. DJ Steward. And that's a 3. Miami's missed time this year. He missed 4 weeks of preseason practice with a right knee injury. Tim Wardenberg is their leading returning rebounder. Hasn't played all year with a broken foot. Suffered back in October in practice when he stepped on a foot. Stewart, that's a long 2. Goldwire. Rebound Johnson. Hurt. Whips it underneath. Great ball movement by Duke, but it doesn't lead to a shot until Stewart got all the...
Nope.
Might have grazed the left leg of Goldwire on the way by. Tough to tell. Stewart replaces Goldwire beyond the arc. A big 3.
Hurt, which I'm not sure how that could possibly happen.
Sims off the feed from Trap, misfires. Rebound pulled down by Wendell Moore Jr. Stewart pull up inside the 3-point line. Nice drive and finish for Clyde Trapp.
And that's where I honestly believe that Clemson needs more production from. And Clyde Trapp, who has battled injuries, and, you know, Brad Brownell raves about how he is as a teammate. And then I love Clyde Trapp as a person. But he is better than his numbers are right now. And as a senior, I believe they need more.
Duke. Matthew Hurt has 8, 7 apiece for Roach and Williams off the bench. And 6 points for Wendell Moore. Meanwhile, for Clemson, their lead scorer, not surprisingly, Amir Sims. But he's got 3 personal fouls, Corey. What can Clemson do to chip away here?
Ability for where they want to be as a team. And it didn't happen, you know, coming out of the locker room. And so when you force your coach to have to burn that time out, and
John coming out and hoping that returning to Cameron Indoor can get the ship righted for them.
Well, I think you got to play with confidence early. You have to do a better job taking care of the basketball. Already 3 turnovers in this game, and they hold a 6-4 lead. So if you take care of the basketball, you do value the possessions. As something Coach K said, we really have to take care of things on the offensive end and also stop fouling on the other end. Team shooting an astronomical number of foul shots compared to what normal years would be. And you go back to when the season really starts. Well, the off-season conditioning may start in June. Even before that, they didn't really get that time. And I think you're seeing them suffering, and not just in the play on the floors. That's created by the experienced team. It's got a good flow to it. It's up and down, and it's a young team in Duke that once they find some open shots, they'll develop a better confidence.
A couple of late open shots, one of them for Steward against closes right, rises up. Good crash of the board from Usher to try to keep it alive, but Duke clears it away. That was Johnson, and the kick did,
and the young guys have to fall in line.
Average minutes.
He now grows to 4 for the Cardinals. On the bucket by David Johnson. It's a pretty good combo in the backcourt. Carlik Jones, David Johnson.
Yeah, with all the accolades that Carlik Jones has received, maybe the greatest honor is he's going to be on 94 feet today. And he's difficult to guard, especially for Slazinski.
And that is the 3rd foul on Slazinski. And right now, David Johnson, at least on that trip, a 6'4" guard, was behind the back.
Oh, God. That was well defended by Roach. Steward, excuse me, that was Steward.
Steward got a fingertip on it. Saved by Johnson. Steward has it, flying into the lane, and a chance for 3. Then we'll know. 3-point lead for the Cardinals. Just over 7 minutes to go here at the Yum Center. By the way, told that Dre Davis of Louisville is battling some leg cramps right now. Had a big first half of the offensive end. Haven't seen him in a while.
David Johnson back on Matthew Hurt.
And a deep one by Champagnie.
Hey, Champagnie, he creates a lot of opportunities with things off the ball, like hard cuts, you know, a physical screen. He gets himself open. He creates a lot for himself without the ball in his hands.
They thought he would be out 6 to 8 weeks with a knee injury.
It's the whole thing works for them. Then you add the scoring from the guards. They're terrific. Gonzaga almost invites you every single game to play the way they want you to.
They're going to have to beat Duke in many half-court sets. But right now, the Hokies are out and running early.
Goaltending there, the basket for the Hokies. And that's
Brakefield. And we mentioned earlier, Henry Coleman is not on the trip. As well as Chris Carrawell, as DJ Stewart gets out, it's Mike Young. And I'm sure that's something that he spoke to his team about. And there's a play where Bradford just has to keep that. There's no reason to give that basketball up. Continue to attack the rim. Here in the second half, you know, we saw a shootout in the first half with Virginia Tech doing pretty much anything they wanted, shooting 66% from the floor in the first half. But give Duke credit for picking up defensively.
Duke had cut it to 1. Here's Beatty launching, and the tip controlled and now knocked away. It's certainly getting physical. 64-57, slicing through it.
And for Musey, it's just his 3rd make, though he has attempted a lot from beyond the arc.
He likes to shoot it. He likes to shoot it. I don't know about stroke it. Steve Forbes would rather make more, but certainly that was great ball movement against the Duke defense.
And 5 for Musius, who has ticked up with his scoring recently, coming off 14 against Virginia and 21 against Georgia Tech on Sunday. Steward with 2.
Well, they've been able to get into their offense.
Oguama had it poked away. There's turnover number 2. Jordan Goldwire. And it finds Stewart
on the three-point line. Nice job by Witt to find him, though.
Let's see what Duke does offensively here. 7 turnovers in 18 possessions.
Virginia. That's his first 3 of the night, or the afternoon, I guess.
Beautiful skip from Goldwire. Gets 2 from Witt. Was good on both. So it's a 1-point margin. Duke with the basketball winding down this first half. Goldwire off the bounce. Shot clock below 10 for Roach on the drive. Lost it momentarily. Underneath, there's Steward with 2. We've had 8 ties, 12 lead changes. No lead has been bigger than 7. There's Steward just finding that basket.
Him to take. The Blue Devils dodged a bullet right there. You cannot leave him like that out on the perimeter.
Nice baseline. ESPN app.
You got to be careful about having people like me on the show. You want to keep the ratings up.
Oh, there's the finish.
And that was not the case. 2021 now. Duke gets their first game of this year. And, you know, for Boston College starting this game off, they've knocked down 3 threes in this game early on. Great sign and start if you're Boston College. Execution, and that's going to be the key in this game. See if they can get up and down and get some turnovers and get out in transition.
DJ Steward lays it up and in. Boston College's lead was 116. A chance to get it to single digits right before halftime. Left open for 3. It's good from deep.
Listen, you know, this is a special place. We've talked about this as you take a look at the steal. This place
first leads it to Wendell Moore Jr. fading away. Another offensive rebound for Duke, and they cash in for 2.
You know, Bob, they got to get Durham to be a little bit more active, and he's got to stay out of foul trouble. 6'11", you can't teach that. They need him on the floor.
Steward for 3. Yes.
He's just a coach's player. Dad coached him a little bit when he's a young kid. Dad now the head coach in Capital. As I said earlier, played for Dayton, played for a great coach, Don Donaher, down there, and was a solid all-around player.
Goodwin's first basket. He averages about 13 a game. Joey Baker picked up his dribble. Shot clock down to 7. Goldwire tries to break down Jogo. He picks up his dribble as well, but finds it.
After the game with Illinois, about the fact about maybe pause the season, let me tell you, that wasn't just after the game. He told me that a month ago. A month ago, he felt that way. There was just so much chaos.
Knocking down
to the airport with my phone right before I got going at the SEC. When I was going to do the semifinals was called off.
Prentice Hub turns it over. And now Brakefield wants DJ Steward to slow it down.
These young kids are going to get better and better. There's no doubt about it. I think Kentucky, the same situation. Unfortunately, they got some tough games with Carolina and Louisville coming up.
Steward, a step backdoor cut, though, for Dane Goodwin. And he adds to a terrific game as he has carried Notre Dame offensively. He's got 21.
He's a terrific player. They can't make anything happen off their defense. You don't see any forced turnovers and go the other way for layups. Duke has played way better than I anticipated. I'll be honest with you, Bob. Way better.
Nice backdoor cut, DJ Steward.
Yes, as well. He made up for getting beat to the goal defensively. Oh, here's a steal.
Steward plus the foul.
Michigan State number 18, Virginia. That's at 9:15. How's it, Carpello?
Well, coming into the game, Hurt and Brakefield were 14 of 24 from 3 for 58%, but the rest of the team only 20.
That does it.
Illinois is so good at that, driving the baseline, and then essentially they jump out of bounds to make that pass, give you an angle to the opposite corner. Kasumu just stopped short on that little runner, so he didn't charge.
Jump finds Kofi Coburn, and the throwdown, the 1-2 punch.
And that's how you handle pressure. You break it to score.
Win it.
Absolutely. I mean, they've got all the pieces, and as Coburn gets more experience, and he will, you know, that combination with he and Kashaniashvili.
For a sustained amount of time.
DJ Steward comes into the game to replace Johnson. Good contest at the rim. Again, Mark Williams, right time, right place. And now on the other end, the big man, inside out. Lane opens up for Steward. Score the goal. Good nice. Chicago kid, DJ. And the steal. Stewart, what do you got? Oh my! Didn't expect that. DJ Steward.
But he knows Duke Carolina's, the Eagles pull back ahead by 4, but Duke and Maryland at that point was as vicious and nasty and competitive as any rivalry there's been.
It's a great game, especially one that sticks out.
I think no crowds in the stands, or at least limited crowds. That is going to be a huge equalizer, Will, this year in college basketball, particularly younger kids. As Coppin State only 3 team fouls in total. And the 3-ball that had worked early for the Eagles has not been there lately. Now just 3 for 15
Great
on the game.
penetrating 5.
Brakefield. Roach for 3. This time it's Steward's turn. Didn't quite have. Goldwire to initiate that possession. Nice look down low.
Fine.
Steward with the. Steward continuing.
He's put this team on his back the second half.
Blocks that shot. Moore able to get it back for Duke. Steward thought about the 3. Gets into the paint. The floater there is good. He's got it. 56-49. Big time test for the Blue Devils in their season opener. Steward! On Johnson and Steward to this point.
Duke needs to be patient here. Get a good look. Don't rush anything.
Jalen Johnson still has not missed a shot. 8 of 8 in the game. Good look for Steward. He gets baseline and lays it in.
Big possession here for the Blue Devils.
Moore to inbound. It'll be in the hands of Roach. Moore bothered by Anthony Tark. Gets a screen from Johnson. Steward wide open for 3, and he hits it.
Big